Holy shit, you guys. What is happening? Holy shit, I'm all excited. What is happening? Oh, look at this. I can't even get my camera straight. I'm so excited. Hey, look here, man. I just watched the State of the Union, probably the greatest State of the Union address I've seen in my entire lifetime tonight. It just ended. And normally, I'd be going straight to bed after this. President Trump gave a glorious State of the Union address. What can you say? It was magnificent. What do you? There's one thing in particular that I disagree with, and I'll get to that. But wow, very, very powerful guests. And an extremely powerful State of the Union address. God, I literally just got done watching it, and I said, I'm gonna make a video quick, man, because it really was an incredible, like Dave and Chuck the Freak brought WRIF back to Detroit. President Trump has brought the United States of America, our pride, our strength. He has brought the United States of America back. Just a glorious speech. There was, and I'll tell you what, I'll just put it right out in the open now. The one thing that I highly disagree with was towards the beginning of the speech when he was talking about school of choice. Although it was very powerful, he had a guest there, a 12 or 13-year-old girl who was wanting to go to a school of her choice, and okay, I agree with school of choice, but so long as it's a public school of choice. Okay, I'm a public school guy, man. It's I think a lot of people, I think it's overlooked that the public school system here in the United States, the guarantee of a public education, is a huge part of our foundation and a huge part of the reason we are where we are right now in our history, because we've always had that public education. So when he was talking about school of choice, I know what he's leaning towards, and that's charter schools. And I want the charter schools out. I want our federal government to pour money into the public schools. The public schools deserve it, and they should have it. And that's about all I'm going to rant about. The rest of his speech, I agreed with the entire speech. I can't. There's nothing bad I can say about it, other than going through healthcare. It's kind of healthcare. The healthcare issue is getting swept under the rug right now, which like I said in the past, I think our government is going to unfortunately have to be more involved in healthcare in our country, simply because we're just at a period in time where the country, obviously, it's not taking care of itself. The healthcare system, the way it is just not working. And more importantly, it's not working for the people who really need it. The people who, for the most part, the people who need it are getting it. It's the people that really need it and have like specific issues. It seems like they just don't get the health care they need. And hey, in this country, we're the greatest country in the world. We should figure out a way for everybody to receive health care, the greatest health care in the world. That's, the older you get, the more important this stuff is to you, the health care stuff. And, like I said, I'm not worried about myself. I'm more worried about people that it seems like the people who really need health care don't get enough. So, but then he talked about sanctuary cities, and he had a guy on there. His brother was killed by a guy that was let out of jail literally days before for some other crimes, and he had a whole list of crimes he committed. Number one, you're starting off in the United States of America illegally. You're not even supposed to be here, so you already broke the law just by coming here, breaking the law. And then you commit all these crimes, and then he goes on some kind of shooting spree. Anyway, President Trump, said, "Hey, look, I'm all for the the survivors of these people who get murdered and everything, sue those sanctuary cities, sue those states. And I believe in it too. I hope that guy sues the shit out of New York or wherever the sanctuary, wherever that happened. I hope that guy sues the shit out of him and continues to just, till the day he's dead, just keeps filing lawsuits, because they deserve it. There should not be sanctuary cities anywhere in the United States. If you are in this country illegally, you've already got it going against you. And let's say you came into the country illegally, turn yourself over, say, look, I'm here illegally, but I really want to be here, and here's what I bring to the table. I mean, there's cases out there of people who came here illegally and, became complicit, and but they're good people and they contribute to the economy, but then they have families and they've done good in this country is what I'm saying, but they're still here illegally. Those people should be able to go in and turn themselves in and say, I'm here illegally, but look, this is what I've been doing the last 5 years or whatever. And we should have absolute leniency on these people and fast track them into becoming citizens. But these bastards that come into the country and end up raping women and killing people and everything else, I'm not talking about it. I don't give a shit about the people that are coming into this country illegally to work and they're not committing crimes and any shit. I could care less. I mean, I still think they need to, well, hey, if they get deported, they get deported, right? You're illegal, right? But those people don't bother me so much. It's the people that are coming into this country committing crimes. And, like President Trump said in the past, these countries, they're not trying to send us their best people. They're trying to send us all their shittiest people. So he got on that, and it was funny. Nancy Pelosi up there, I mean, just digging her own grave, making a complete ass of herself. Most of the Democrats making a complete asses out of themselves. I have completely lost faith in this Democratic Party, just as much as I had completely lost faith in the Republican Party when Bush II was in office. I mean, at one point, I completely lost, in this Democratic Party, I've completely lost faith in them. I think every single one of them should resign. And I hope to God that they get their asses voted out come next election, because they deserve it. They've done nothing. They're the do-nothing party of our generation. But yeah, President Trump, absolutely. I'll tell you what, this has got to go down in history. It has to go down in history as the best State of the Union address I have ever seen. It was so powerful. And there's nothing wrong with being strong and powerful. The United States of America needs strong leaders. A lot of us men especially, we strive to be strong leaders. And women too. We have a lot of women in our country that strive to be strong leaders. Not every man and woman wants that. But, there's nothing wrong with having strength and standing by your word and, putting your foot down and saying, hey, this is who I am. And, Rush Limbaugh was there. I said in a previous video about Rush, I'm not a big fan of Rush, but I'll tell you what, that guy has stood by his word. Always stood by his word. So there's something to be said about that. On another note, hearts out to Rush Limbaugh and his family. Cancer is a son of a bitch, man. I've dealt with it in my family. I know many of you guys have dealt with it in your families, and it's a son of a bitch. It's a hard thing to deal with. But on an up note, man, God bless the United States of America. And you know what? I'm going to say it. God bless President Trump. He's doing a fine job. And, these wild, wide-eyed Democrats, they cannot give this man credit for anything. Just as, some of the Republicans could not give Obama credit for anything that he did. These Democrats there's just a hatred with this Democratic Party that I've never seen. I've never seen that in any political party in my entire life since this president's taken office. The amount of hatred. I mean, there was a lot of Republicans who didn't like President Obama, but there wasn't so many people. I mean, it looks like to me like an entire Congress of hatred. You didn't see the level of hatred that you see against President Trump. With President Obama, you didn't see that level of hatred. Now, don't get me wrong, there was some fucking pretty brutal, hateful people out there, but man, when you've got Pelosi and her gang, and they're just so hateful, and they cannot accept anything that he did a good job on anything. They can't give him credit for anything whatsoever, period. And that's fucking terrible. And every one of you assholes should be voted out of office. And Nancy Pelosi, you should have been gone a long time ago. Because I can remember 2 decades ago when I actually respected what you were doing. Now you're just making an ass out of yourself. Time to go, Pelosi. But anyway, God bless the United States of America, and God bless our President Donald J. Trump. And hey, we're going into a new decade, 2020. We're back in the 20s. Maybe it'll be the rolling 20s. But I'll tell you what, we're kicking it off as a kick-ass 20s. So let's keep it that way, man. And, you know, hopefully, you know, I've been battling some seasonal depression and shit like that. So maybe this will get me off my ass to start making more videos. And all right, you guys, I'll see you soon. Peace.